Teachers are one of the strongest and most influential forces for equal, accessible and quality education. They play a key role in ensuring sustainable world development. However, their ongoing training, hiring and working conditions, the possibilities for professional development, and the overall prestige of the profession are all things that remain a concern today. Worldwide, there are a total of 263 million primary and secondary aged children and youth out of school. To remedy this, it will be necessary to hire 69 million teachers to guarantee universal primary and secondary education between now and 2030. Conditions in refugee camps are particularly challenging. Teaching staff at these camps lack sufficient training and qualifications and have to teach huge classes where children from different nationalities, religions and ages converge, and where the shortage of materials and precarious facilities lead to extremely difficult teaching conditions.
La Universidad Camilo José Cela, como institución educativa y responsable, no puede permanecer al margen de la formación a nuestros estudiantes en valores, responsabilidad social y compromiso con la sociedad global. Fue de esta manera como desarrollamos una ilusionante iniciativa, Sabias de Kakuma. Esta vez traeríamos a nuestro campus universitario a profesoras que, siendo refugiadas, ejercían su labor en los colegios del campo de refugiados de Kakuma, en Kenia. Estuvieron con nosotros en un programa intensivo que duró más de 3 meses y durante el cual recibieron de nuestros profesores una formación que les ayudaría a enfrentarse a los grandes desafíos que encontraban en sus aulas, desde la innovación educativa, la interculturalidad y la inteligencia emocional. Pero también nosotros aprendimos mucho de ellas y juntos comenzamos el diseño de A-Teach. Aprendimos de su entusiasmo, de sus ganas y lucha por proporcionar a sus alumnos la mayor y más emocionante experiencia educativa para evitar el abandono escolar, con lo que ello supone en estos lugares del mundo. La entrega y sobre todo el convencimiento de que solo educando cientos de miles de niños africanos tendrán un futuro mejor. Dicho convencimiento, que como he compartido anteriormente es el nuestro, nos anima a comenzar nuestro más reciente viaje profesional, crear una plataforma apoyada en una app para móviles que permita a profesores que trabajan en contextos vulnerables como el de nuestras heroínas de Kakuma acceder a contenidos formativos y didácticos que contribuyan a mejorar la calidad docente en los entornos escolares donde desarrollan su profesión. Así nace A-Teach, de la mano de sus protagonistas, los profesores, y de organizaciones expertas en trabajar en contextos vulnerables.
A-Teach es una plataforma tecnológica para el desarrollo de competencias pedagógicas y su primera versión está centrada en la formación del profesorado en campos de refugiados. En junio de 2019 tuvo lugar el primer piloto del proyecto en el campo de refugiados de Kakuma, en Kenia, donde gracias a la colaboración de ACNUR y la Fundación Mujeres por África se llevó a cabo una investigación de campo que confirmó la necesidad de mejorar la cualificación del profesorado en la zona. Esta investigación, a su vez, sirvió para confirmar las hipótesis de partida para el diseño de la plataforma tecnológica, que aludían a una penetración masiva de los móviles y a una baja conectividad. Esta primera visita a Kakuma sirvió a su vez para seleccionar a las 3 primeras profesoras embajadoras del proyecto, que convivieron con el equipo de A-Teach en España durante los meses de octubre, noviembre y diciembre, codiseñando las bases pedagógicas de la plataforma y asistiendo al programa de competencias transversales del profesorado de la Universidad Camilo José Cela. De este primer intercambio con las profesoras se concluyó que A-Teach debería incorporar contenidos con enfoque global y local, priorizando las necesidades de cada contexto geográfico, ofreciendo así al profesor la libertad de guiar su propio aprendizaje en función de las necesidades de su entorno, que debería permitir la simultaneidad de las funciones de estudiante y profesor, de ahí el nombre de A-Teach. Por ello, la app debía ofrecer una comunidad de aprendizaje donde la adquisición de nuevas competencias fuera acompañada de la posibilidad de desarrollar contenidos formativos propios. Los contenidos formativos deberían tener el formato de microcursos para ofrecer al profesor flexibilidad y poder configurar su trayectoria educativa, accediendo a una certificación incremental mediante un sistema de microbudgets. Todo ello combinando la formación y mentorización online con la presencial, destacando la importancia de incorporar expertise local en todo proceso formativo.
Kakuma refugee camp is bigger than other refugee camp, I think, in the world.
Teaching in Kakuma refugee camp is very, very difficult. The student can go even over 100 students in one class.
The project, in partnership with the University of Camilo José and Women for Foundation for Africa, empower women by teaching them.
We were selected, the three of us, to come to Spain to acquire knowledge on pedagogical skills.
What we have gained here, it was about pedagogical strategies, classroom management.
I can design lessons, I can create stories.
I have been to a communication class where I learned skills on how to communicate with my students, how to organize a meeting to discuss on the progress of the students.
I've really benefited a lot from the program. Basically just starting from the classes that I'm attending about the technology. So at least it gave me that confidence of putting my basic computing skills in practice.
These skills impacted back to other teachers.
Through learning, I'm going to empower even other women.
These skills are going to be very much useful.
We are going to be ambassadors in everywhere, like in Africa, to support other teachers, to teach them whatever we have gained.
So it's like a dream come true. I've also benefited from it.
The Each Teach project is based on 12 principles, which will be complemented as the project evolves. 1. Autonomous, flexible, and self-assessed learning through a simple learning sequence. 2. Learning based on easy-to-follow microcourses structured around thematic areas such as teaching, socio-emotional management, entrepreneurship, and so forth, which can be accumulated to obtain a specific accreditation. 3. Experiential learning based additionally on the development of real-life projects in line with teachers' needs. 4. Learning that uses elements of play in the resolution of activities to improve students' engagement and motivation. 5. Blended learning, therefore, that combines autonomy and flexibility in the study of content with actual implementation assisted by mentors. 6. Learning based on expert peer mentoring, P2P, and international volunteer experts. 7. Learning based on the creation of a learning community that exchanges its experiences and good practices. 8. Learning that considers the cultural peculiarities of the people who it is aimed at. 9. Learning that takes into account the diverse needs of its potential users. Basic courses of necessary competence areas together with longer and more complex courses linked to the national curriculum. 10. Learning that offers potential users the possibility of designing their own learning pathways based on their interests. 11. An application capable of making specific suggestions for additional training depending on the interests of each user. 12. Use of aggregated and individualized learning analytics tailored to individual needs and to enhance the overall learning experience.
Principles of technical design. Thanks to the use of open, agnostic technologies, these are technologies that are not exclusive to a content management system or front end, and the modular design of the application's architecture, a multi-platform app has been created and characterized by the following elements. First of all, independence, being able to display the contents in different learning management systems, such as Moodle or Blackboard. Also, different platforms such as iOS or Android, as the app is initially designed to work on low-cost mobiles. Secondly, scalability. Growth is possible both in number of users and channels due to the independence of the content from the systems. Flexibility. The formats that can be developed or imported are as rich as necessary, as long as the data can be tabulated in a defined structure that allows it to be transformed. This gives the app the desired usability requirements and the possibility to operate in low connectivity environments, since the data can be transformed and stored locally on a mobile device. Security. As the content repository is isolated from the different distribution channels, an additional layer of security is added. The architecture of the solution. These are the components that make up the editorial process. Xseer, a semantic repository for content, data, and metadata. Xfind, a faceted resource finder. Xedit, a digital resources editor. XCMS, a content manager. XDAM is a manager of digital resources. It also has a viewer at the front-end level. And XSDS, a Lomes tagging service. It works with SCORM and learning management systems. The editorial process starts from the generation of content, whether it be developed by EachTeach directly, adapted from the content of other EachTeach partners, or imported directly from other platforms. The Content Manager XCMS and Digital Resource Manager XDAM allow content to be reused at all levels, from images or text to complete lessons or evaluations. In this way, EachTeach's own content can be reused or evolved. Teachers can adapt and take advantage of other publishers' works and customize the content by modifying previous text. The content architecture is based on semantic labeling and allows distribution through different channels, aside from the app, which would be web and HTML5 or SCORM. In other words, the content is structured to be automatically exported to any platform compatible with Lomes or SCORM packages, as well as the web platform. In the same way, it is prepared to import any courses in these formats, as well as to present automatically in the catalog other courses or MOOCs that are found on other platforms. Therefore, this content structure gives the app the necessary usability, allowing it to be effective in different contexts of use and by people of different profiles. In its simplicity, in its versatility, in the ability to create content of varying in different levels of complexity. The system has been designed in such a way that it is possible to complete the courses and the evaluations independently of the connectivity of the students. The courses have an asynchronous offline mode that allows reading the content, passing the tests and assignments without a stable connection. It is also possible to complete additional tasks such as essays by sending them by email. The learning sequence. Each step of the course in the learning sequence is for the student to understand well the abilities, skills, and knowledge that they will obtain. Also, the lessons and self-evaluation activities that the learner will have to complete in order to finish the course. The platform shows the course catalog, grouped by category, so that a user can make an informed choice. Here we can see the details of each course. In this case, using group work in the classroom. Using group work in the classroom overview, we'll have an approximate duration of the course, a short description of the course, and also skills and abilities that will be achieved by following the course. Furthermore, we have a course content section, which provides the user with the sequence of learning. If a user accepts the course by clicking Get Started, they will be given an option to download the course, excluding or including the videos. Once we have joined the course, we can see all the steps or units. In this case, it is obligatory to complete each step before progressing to the next. The first lesson begins with a video introduction with a text, followed by a list of questions and answers on the subject, and ending in an exercise where a user must complete a Harvard thinking technique. Once the first lesson has been completed, we continue to the second section. In this section, we will have a true or false test. The results of the evaluation are out of 5 stars and will be recorded for future reference. Now that the user has completed the course, they can see the result recorded in the course sequence. The next section now contains four parts. Again, a similar accordion component to prompt the user with contents, followed by another self-evaluation. This evaluation section will contain a mixture of different components. This one prompts the user with a video and to choose the correct answer. Similarly, the user is given 3 answers and asked to choose the option that is true. Again, we see our true or false component. And finally, the user is asked to choose a possible 3 out of 4 answers, a much more difficult task. From this, we can see that our test can contain a mixture of different components. Here we have an example of a larger form text. This is unique for providing the user with a lot of information on a smaller screen. We have a title, a subtitle, and paragraph sections for styling. Again, the user can now look at their progress, and if they wish to exit and viewing the courses, can see what percentage of the course is left to complete.
From the beginning of each Teach, collaboration with different types of organisations has been crucial to the project's success. The logistical support of UNHCR, the field experience provided by the Women for Africa Foundation, and the app's opportunities for expansion through international institutions such as the International Centre of Excellence for Innovative Learning, the Lutheran World Federation, or local organisations such as Rise Janub in Kakuma, are some examples. Now more than ever, and in light of the COVID-19 crisis, teachers play a key role in ensuring educational continuity. The extreme conditions that are being experienced in these contexts demand new competencies to facilitate quality distance learning for students in lockdown, with or without the use of digital technologies. It is essential to raise awareness on measures that prevent the spread of the virus, ensuring that children are safe and supported, to plan short-term approaches to assessment, curriculum and calendars, and long-term solutions such as e-learning platforms and radio and television-assisted instruction. Digital platforms for the professional development of teachers are scarce and are not tailored to the needs of the COVID-19 crisis in the short, medium and long term. In the near future, each Teach will combine online training and tutoring with face-to-face mentoring guided by local partners to develop these new COVID competencies and to expand its scope in Kenya and Uganda.